You're watching the WPH race for 8, Denver, Colorado, with the headphones really loud here. My name is Dave Vincent alongside Kevin Price.
It's great to be here, Dave. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. Grand Forks? Grand Junction?
Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
what did I say, Grand Forks?
I'm not sure.
How far away was it for you to drive here? I'm assuming you drove.
242 miles.
Oh, wow. It's a long way.
It's not bad. The snow conditions are the only issue from time to time.
Now, Kevin, you're no stranger to the live broadcast. We're going to catch this senior final as you get eventually one day into the seniors. You're still in your mid-30s.
I'm a 35 this year. I'll be maybe going to the San Diego, giving that a shot. We'll see. How old are you now, Mr. Vincent?
Going to be 43 in about a month.
Spry 43.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. As we get ready here for Nadi Alvarado, who's playing and hopefully not playing, but is standing in warm-up sweats. And I don't know if that's an insult to you, but if you were walking onto a court with a guy that was in his sweatpants,
I wouldn't know how to take that.
Me neither. It's going to be a best 2 out of 3 to 15, not a one-game match to 25.
Maybe they're the rip-off kind, like the basketball players where he can just get out there and tear him loose.
We're going to make sure Dave Fink goes over to our referee, John Robles, and tells him it's a best 2 out of 3 to 15.
Come on, we got to go. I'm getting the stink guy. Getting the stink guy from the CEO.
Nadi's saying to himself, I know the CEO, and
Is it me or you?
you're the CEO of this match.
Okay. Just checking. I like it when that happens.
Nadi Alvarado up against Matt McLaughlin. Nadi's currently ranked #1 in the senior rankings. Matt McLaughlin, with this performance, will be probably 2 or 3, depending on how many points he gets off Nadi Alvarado. If he loses, and if he wins, he might take over the #1 spot.
Okay, we got to play ball, guys.
Pro match next, is that right?
And then we'll have the finals. Yeah, we'll have Sean Lenning up against, once again, Luis Moreno.
Did they play last game? Last stop?
Yep. And it was Luis just tearing through Lenning, but Sean just, as you know, can just do whatever he wants to do now. Last time I saw you for extended period of time was in Salt Lake City last year. I think I saw you at the U.S. Open too, but, or maybe the Nationals. Nonetheless, Salt Lake City, we saw Sean Lenning lose to Luis Moreno, and Luis said that was the best I've ever played. But Luis looked a little tired after his match with Charlie Shanks today. We'll see how his legs react at this high altitude. And you play at high altitude. What's your?
Grand Junction's 4,600 feet, so this isn't too bad, but I've heard it's tough to adjust.
Okay, Matt, heads or tails?
Sounds like most of these guys are
All sea level guys.
sea level.
You wish to serve. All right, guys. Huh? You got the toss. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said heads. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to restart the finals of the Senior Pro Tour.
Listen for this announcement.
Matt McLaughlin and Nadi Alvarado Jr.
Matt McLaughlin from Kansas City, Kansas.
Two linesmen, guys. Gentlemen there, gentlemen over here, drinking beer, so we'll be in good shape.
Actually, he's listed as Lenexa, Kansas. Nadi Alvarado from Spring Valley Lake, California, which is just a kind of a planned residential outlet of Hesperia, California. Nice little golf course.
I like it already.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
Nadi lives in a beautiful house overlooking the golf course, in fact.
Second.
Unusual hand error there. Had a chance to watch Natty play a couple matches. And he's great.
0 serving 0.
Well, he can pattern your game around Nadi Alvarado. You haven't done yourself a disservice because this guy knows how to play handball. And you might not think he can play this defensive game, but he'll go here all day long. Matt McLaughlin plays a stereotypical pro handball game. He waits for the mistake and he goes for the kill shot.
Opportunity here.
The ball stays up. Poor Matt McLaughlin was just fooled just a little bit there on that last shot that checked up on the side wall.
0 0.
Score here is 0 to 0. Nadi serving.
Point.
And there's that
Perfect
crack
ace.
serve that we've
1 serve 0.
seen so often. He gets another one on the other side. Kevin,
2 serve 0.
What a shot.
you and I have hit one of those this week once. Nadi just did it back to back.
Point.
He's playing pretty smooth right now.
The first point of this match, Matt hit a couple of really good shots that no other senior gets back. Nadi gets him back and then wins the rally, picking up that corner kill. And I think that let Matt know pretty quickly, I'm playing one of the best players in the world right now. You know, I'm not going to get away with these corner kills that are 4 inches high.
Well, Matt has to be proud of that first opening rally, and we're going to see a timeout in a minute. But that opening rally was,
Timeout. All right. Your first.
I
call.
thought, was a great opening rally for Matt, but unfortunately for him, Nadi just has stepped it up another complete level.
Well, you know, Dave, normally in the finals, you're trying to save whatever energy you have left. But Nadi's in here actually trying to get a workout. I mean, you know, he hasn't had much of a workout yet in this event. And you
Right.
see him in the court right now just trying to stay in his routine.
Matt McLaughlin got here by defeating Mark Hammond, and you've played Mark a lot in state championships and stuff like that. And that shows you how good Mark is. Excuse me, how good Matt is. He defeated him 25 to 15, Kevin.
Yeah, it's amazing the caliber of player we have here. You know, as the viewers probably know, we've got our state doubles championship, and to have, you know, an opportunity to get this quality, it's just amazing. I've been playing handball a long time here in Colorado, and we haven't had this caliber here ever like that. So many players.
7 0.
Score is 7 to 0.
You know, we've seen Nadi start slowly in a lot of his matches, but he's just coming out firing today. It looks like he's just going to push himself as hard as he can and just pretty much blow Matt away if he can.
7 0. Short.
You know, one thing I noticed about Nadi that I don't think I've seen anyone else do is the ball actually bounces twice before it hits the back wall
Yeah.
on his serve.
Well, that's by design. That's that.
I don't know very many other guys that can do that.
And that's the only way Matt can get into the server's box. An off-balance miss-hit re-kill.
0 7.
Talking to Matt today, I said, was that your biggest win of your life? And there's a double bounce before the back wall, Kevin.
1 7.
I stand corrected. Someone else can do it.
Well, maybe seen Paul Brady, I'm not sure.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. Well, Matt said, you know, beating John Bike today was big, but I beat Dave Chapman in a state doubles one time. Now, of course, Dave was playing with a beginner, and he was playing with a former pro, but, you know, he did beat Dave Chapman in that. Dave Chapman was on the court.
Well, that's hard to do, actually. It doesn't matter who he's playing with.
Well, I've never beat Dave Chapman when he's played with a girl, so.
That sounded really bad,
Yeah,
Dave.
it did, but it's not how I intended it.
Point.
If
Another
that makes
ace.
it any better.
Well, it doesn't make it any better, and I'm still offended.
Okay. I don't actually blame you. I'm kind of upset with myself right now.
Score is 8 to 1. Another two bouncer, Kevin, on that previous serve from Nadi Alvarado.
think almost, if not all of his points, other than that one, were on aces.
Actually, he only has 4 aces in this match, Kevin.
I stand corrected. You know, Dave Fink is a record keeper kind of guy.
He is. And he holds those records against you if you're not also keeping them. There's a long serve.
Second.
And Dave, this has to be exactly what you had in mind when you designed this senior tour. I mean, you've got literally people standing on top of one another trying to catch a glimpse of these amazing seniors. I mean, Dave, I hope the fire department doesn't catch wind of this, because this could actually be a fire hazard.
They're watching down. They have the handball court
That's true.
at the firehouse.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
9-1.
Thank goodness
Let's talk about the chili cook-off this Sunday.
Point. I was watching. I didn't see it.
Matt is saying that Nadi's foot faulting, which he's not, by the way. I'm stating right here on this back line.
Well, anything to get Nadi out of this rhythm.
Point.
I don't-
10.
I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the referee to look for that foot fault. Deep. Now you got a short serve out of it. These are the things you might want to learn.
Second.
Now Nadi's worried about his feet. Oh, and he almost got a short ball right there.
Replay.
That's
Nadi
an
backs
avoidable, I
completely
believe.
down into the back of that serve, and that is an avoidable in my
Kevin,
book.
where could
10-1.
Matt have hit that ball and returned it to the front wall? I mean, he hit it square in the middle of Nadi's back.
There wasn't much angle left, that's for sure. It's always a tough call, though. Those avoidables are.
I don't know how tough it is. Just call it.
Right out.
They're.
What, we get you into the booth, and now we start putting you down?
That's okay. I've got a thick skin.
Kevin, you're one of the top, open level players, kind of pro qualifier material, fringe material, whatever you want to call it, players.
Fodder. It's
in
fodder.
Fodder,
Yeah.
okay, in the country. But,
Serving 10.
you get yourself in a match like this, put yourself in Matt's position. Are you happy to be there playing against one of the great players of all time, or are you actually frustrated with yourself?
Absolutely. I came to nationals this year and had a chance to play Luis Cordova and a lot of other great players, and just being on the court and learning and having the opportunity, to gauge yourself.
Second.
It's something I'm welcoming this year. Now that I'm 35, I'm hoping to have some chances to do that.
Well, you don't give yourself much credit, Kevin. You actually took Luis Cordova to a tiebreaker. Luis Cordova ranked 7th in the world at that time. You lost to him 11-6, I believe.
It was something like that, 6 or 7. I had a good tournament. I think it was because I was no expectations. That was a Disneyland trip for my family, and
11 serves 2.
handball was just a bonus. Have to play like that more often.
You might have to go see Donald Duck more often.
I like that idea. My kids certainly would concur.
Second serve.
Well, that's the only way your wife will let you travel to a handball tournament.
There's some negotiation from time to time. They did join me here again. That's unusual.
Well, surprised they haven't dumped you yet.
I am too some days.
You'll find that your wife and family will appreciate you going to handball tournaments a lot more when you start bringing home the bags of sand. And by that, I mean getting in that qualifier, winning some matches, and getting the big checks.
Well, I think I talked to Kevin about this prior. A little bit about that money thing.
Yeah.
Kevin, is that what you have to do is you go to the tournament, you get some money from some of the wins, you come home and just give it all to your wife. Just hand her and do it in cash.
No, you make it rain.
Yeah,
You do.
you make it rain. You pay your wife out like this. Now, when you say I'm going to a handball tournament, she'll remember that.
That's right.
And what does she do? She say, yeah.
I did do that before I left this morning. Gave him a little money for the mall, but certainly if I was winning at handball tournaments, a little
Well, you
money.
would be if you traveled because you're that good. And Nadi Alvarado is doing those deep cracks, the short ones. I mean, this is just
13
disgusting.
2.
13-2.
That was an amazing deep crack serve. That hit the back wall or the side wall about 37 feet deep and rolled out flat.
Second.
He's so precise with all the shots, stepping into him, moving his feet.
Point.
Well,
Is that it? Are we playing one?
No, it's
We're doing 1 to 25.
no, two out of 3, all games of 15, win by 2. It's hard, Kevin, as you know, when you're just getting overpowered, you can't do anything.
No, and handball being half a step off is enough that nothing's going to work.
You know, you're absolutely right about that, Kevin.
I remember a time when I played Dave Fink and just had me off balance in Salt Lake, wasn't that?
That's right.
Never could get rolling.
That was 2008.
Was
He
it?
actually played very well in that match.
Did you have the records from that too?
It was 21-9, 21-9.
I thought I got double digits. I think we should go back and check that score. Do you have those records, Dave, Vincent?
I do.
Let's check that.
It was 21-9, 21-9.
I think I got double digits maybe once.
Okay. That's what you've been telling people.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what I
you know,
wrote down in my diary.
It might be like me, you know, when I played Paul Brady, every year I got a couple more points. Right now I'm up to 17 from our match in the 2010 Nationals. Yeah.
In reality, he's never scored 17 collective over 6-7 years now.
I had a chance to play Paul in college.
And there is the end of that game. We'll talk about that college play in just a bit. Stick around. We'll have more action for game number 2 right around the corner. Racefor8.com. Stick with us.
At shelters, you'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Why wait? You can make a difference in the life of an animal. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person and adopt your new best friend today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
My life.
That's the opening rally of game number 2 with Matt McLaughlin getting his first point up against Nadi Alvarado. Uh-oh, I saw that good.
You know, Dave, when Nadi's playing this well, you start thinking to yourself, I need to get on the scoreboard early because I might get left with a donut.
Well, you can score points against Nadi, but standing over on that left wall and hitting that Zed serve over to his right, which means he's now going to throw it down the right wall. Probably not the smartest thing.
Not much weakness with Natty's game still. I'm sure he could fit right into the qualifier still.
Well,
if not better.
Well, in fact, Kevin, he made the finals of Houston, which was just 5 weeks ago, defeating, let me get this out of memory here. I have to actually go into the memory bank, if you don't mind.
Is it called an iPad? Oh, no, it's a different
Alan Garner, right?
No, it was not Alan Garner. It was Charlie Shanks.
It was Aaron Garner he defeated in the
Nadi who
semis.
defeated Aaron Garner, that's right. And then in Alaska, he made the semifinals where he lost
Sean Lenning.
Sean Lenning.
Sorry, I'm having to finish your sentences for you.
Got a lot of responsibilities right now. Working on. I also don't have my notes.
Nadi Alvarado had the invite here and decided to go with the seniors instead of the juniors.
No, that was way over, I believe.
No, it was way under.
Okay.
Your duties are so spread thin over there. I think you should just focus on whatever the first duty is.
Huh.
I know that's painting your nails and getting a pedicure.
Huh. Never had one.
That
I am
you know
looking
of.
for a new guy that can take care of my ingrown toenails, and now that we're going to be neighbors, I'd like to ask you if that'd be something that you'd be interested in doing.
Not so much.
Huh.
For those that haven't listened, isn't that an awesome left-handed flip that he puts up there? Dave Fink is moving to Tucson, Arizona. In fact, according to Google Earth, his backyard caddy corners my backyard.
Well, you guys ought to have a great time.
Well, we'll be arguing.
I'm sure.
We are technically fence neighbors. And I've put in a petition with the HOA to extend the fence another 10 feet high.
Well, you know, they say tall fences make great neighbors.
Well, I'm going to show you how great I'm intending to be. And that's going to be in about 3 days. And that's a double fault for Matt McLaughlin. That's exactly what you do not want to do here. Nadi Alvarado serving is just dangerous.
Another great shot. That ball's not coming off 5 inches off the front wall.
When Nadi hits this ball, it just literally explodes.
We need Dave's radar gun.
Well,
is he got that working still?
It is working, yes. It's
a rare error.
Not being used in the senior race for 8, and that was something that the pros voted on. They said, look, you know, we don't want our shots clocked. You know, we've been there and done that, and we'd rather just go out there and do our thing. You know, I don't want to know that I'm only hitting my serve 64 miles per hour when I used to hit it 76. So that's something that they decided on, and, you know, we are a players' tour. We like to try and accommodate when we can.
Appeal that, I called it short. You disagree? One agrees, one disagrees.
Dave, you're really so disruptive, I can't even believe it.
I thought I was a line judge. I was informed that I was a line judge.
Well, no, obviously you're not.
Well, he looked at me and I gave him a thumbs down.
Well, then that caused the player to actually call for an appeal. So in a lot of ways, I think that you should be kicked out of the whole club.
We can arrange that.
I know Dominique Sanone, and he knows people that, well, he just knows people. Let's put it that way. And he will take care of it for me.
I tell you, if you're going to drop a name, that's the name to drop.
Well, I dropped it.
I think it's a
been
good idea.
dropped.
It doesn't really matter what part of the country you're in. Throw the Dominic Sanone out there, and you're going to get treated well.
Conversely, throw Dave Vincent's name out there, and you won't get treated well.
That's actually true. Nadi Alvarado here at 3. Matt McLaughlin at 1.
Matt McLaughlin holding his own here in game number 2. Of course, just as I say that, Nadi double bounces a serve. And I mean double bounce in a good way.
Well, we're talking about that double bounce. Luis Moreno has that as well. And Paul Brady might be the master at it. As you found out in Ireland, Dave.
Oh, that was just incredible.
Nadi is just overmatching here. He's so smooth and doesn't miss.
Well, in Matt's defense, Nadi does this to top 8 pros also.
I don't imagine there's many people that he doesn't do this to.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Kevin, Nadi Alvarado has not defeated Sean Lenning since 2009 That's a span of 9 matches without 1 win.
Wow.
He does have wins, though, against Luis Moreno. He's never lost to Alan Garner. He's only lost once to Charlie Shanks, and that was the last time they played. And I know that you'll also be shocked to learn, Kevin, that Noddy has never won a Race for 8 event despite being in numerous finals.
But he's wearing a yellow jersey. Can you name it? Can you name why?
Well, is this for Kevin? Or
I cannot name why.
No, I'm throwing it out there for both.
Well, that's a U.S. Open 2012 win that he won alongside Toddy Silveira, defeating Michael Gregan and Jared Coonan.
Score, please.
It was 11-9 tiebreaker.
Wow.
I actually reffed the first 2 games of that match.
Well, you wouldn't believe what happened when you left.
I actually had to go back and watch it. It was shocking.
Well, everything changed after you left. And I know that's not the first time you've heard that.
This, for once, though, changed for the worse.
It was the only time.
Yeah. Although it was good for those passionate Alvarado fans who got what they wanted.
I think Matt should stay up here.
Do you guys still keep a top 25?
Yes. Thank you for hanging out on our website like I hang out at your website, your business site all the time.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Did you notice a couple changes?
Well, I noticed that you changed the font and also went to a light blue, which I think are now power colors.
So you're telling me,
you're
Kevin,
trying to hang out with the cloud.
You don't know that we have rankings. Is that?
I know that you keep the top 10. I didn't know where the other rankings are. Let's see them.
Every rankings page has the full rankings. We've never just given a top 10.
Do you have me way down there in the hundreds or 200s or somewhere?
Oh, okay, now I understand what you're saying. It was when you became a member years ago, you became top 2,000.
Perfect.
Is that what you're referring
to?
Okay.
I wanted to just find my place in the
now
world.
I'd like to apologize there for my tone,
yes.
which was inappropriate.
Kevin, no offense, but you are ranked 98.
Let's work on that.
Well, you would have.
I better have to show up.
You would have entered this event in the qualifier like we all came here just so that would happen, but you didn't. But if you would have, I think you could have been jumped up to the 60s with a good performance.
Well, let's shoot for Salt Lake then. Maybe you can talk me into it. You gonna be nice?
I'm always nice to you.
That's right. That was more directed to Dave. Dave Fink.
Well, I apologize for my tone.
Thank you.
I get very offended when I find out people aren't on our website that are handball.
I was there the other day watching some old matches. Who was I watching?
And if you try and fudge it, I'm going to know.
He's going to know, and
I'm ready.
He will test you.
Yes.
And
I
your
think
failure.
it was the Brady Moreno on YouTube. What would that have been? Down
YouTube is not our site, so I mean.
You already lost.
I mean.
I think you need to be a lawyer.
Well, he's related to one.
Perfect.
I don't know if you noticed his nose.
Is that a prerequisite?
It helps.
11 serves. 1.
Back to the action. It's 11-1.
Well,
in all of our side bantering, and another ace.
There's not much you can do with that. And Adi feels really comfortable right now. He's just going to continue to keep hitting these cracks. As Luis Moreno told me in practice a couple days ago, he said, you're going to just have to guess. When I said, how do I get that back? He said, you're going to have to guess. And so I decided to start guessing, and you know what?
There's a nice shot.
You can kind of pick up a few things by the body language, and you can start getting balls back. And all of a sudden, it seemed like I was able to score 3 points instead of 2 or 1.
1 serves 12.
So you do have to guess on some of these guys. And Luis said he had to guess against Sean Lenning and Paul Brady. I think you need to watch more handball, Kevin. You can learn a little bit from.
I agree.
From the broadcast.
And let's get to the
real
here. Site, please. Racefor8.com.
Come on, not YouTube.
12-1.
My apologies. That was in bad form.
Now, if you would have said youtube.com/we play handball.
Well, I'm sure that's where it's coming from.
I would have had a different approach. But just saying youtube.com is a slight.
Yeah.
Was that a user?
Get a big sponsor.
Was that a user uploaded video or a
no,
WPH?
I think it was a WPH uploaded video.
It doesn't sound like it. Honestly, you guys are still joking about this. I'm not.
You're ready to go outside in the parking lot.
It's still snowing. Dave's going to need to get something with a little better footing.
That ball might have been short. I don't see you throwing your thumb up. Matt McLaughlin is not arguing either. He scored 3 in the first game, and now he's at 1, and Nadi's going to try to close him out right here.
Match point, serves 1.
And Nadi takes this serious, Dave.
Yeah.
He does not, he knows that he's overmatched Matt on a lot of shots, and he's going to go for it here. Matt's just going to let him take it, and this is over with. And we are also going to take a quick break. Nadi Alvarado wins the senior tour here in Denver, Colorado, and retains his #1 position on that over 40 group. For Kevin Price and Dave Fink, my name is Dave Vincent. We'll have the men's Race for 8 finals between Luis Moreno and Sean Lenning coming up. Stay here at racefor8.com.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Our non-toxic, biodegradable, all-purpose cleaner works great for cleaning it. Thank you. Non-toxic, biodegradable, Simple Green. It's great for cleaning.